Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. There is some really shocking news from Germany, from Angela Merkel's CDU party. I just read an article that was written before the local elections, the communal elections in North Rhine-Westphalia. You remember maybe that I made a video about that. There was some investigations by also the public media, the public broadcasting service in Germany, and they actually found out some very disturbing things about the CDU party. Apparently, the CDU, after or according to these recent findings, has become infiltrated with far-right extremists, yes. And these guys are not like the AfD or even the NPD or der Dritte Weg, the Third Way or something. These guys are just choir boys compared to that group. They are several 10,000 strong in Germany, and they have a strict blood and soil ideology. They are really hardcore National Socialists, and they're also pretty violent. So they have committed many crimes, and this is not a joke. I mean, this is a really dangerous group, and apparently they successfully infiltrated smaller parties, but also the CDU, and they managed to get into city parliaments. And so they are Stadtrat, city councilmen, something like that. This is how I would translate that into English. So on the local level, they infiltrated the parties and also the CDU, as this article says. Yeah? And apparently this is not news. This is well known, apparently. In 2016, they were already confronted with this, but they didn't want to comment on it. So also Mr. Laschet, the leader of the CDU in that state, he said that people with this kind of right-winged ideology will be excluded from the CDU. There is an Unvereinbarkeitsbeschluss. That means it is a resolution of the party or a declaration of the party that's also voted for on their assemblies, or when they meet, when they have a congregation, a Parteitag. This is when they vote on these things. And apparently Mr. Laschet claims that if you belong to these groups, you should be removed from the CDU because their ideology is not compatible with that of the CDU. And as you all know, I talk about that at length, the CDU is not a far-right party, of course. The CDU is used to be a center-right party, and now under Angela Merkel, it's more like a socialist party. They call themselves the center, but they're pretty much like the Social Democrats and the Green Party. So of course, I agree that this is not a nationalist or even further to the right than nationalist far-right party. Of course not. So it would make sense that they would exclude these people, but for some reason they don't exclude them. They're still there, and they successfully infiltrated them and gained these positions of local community level power. They were elected, and this is not new. So you might remember that in my videos I also told you about the fact that Mr. Meuthen from the AfD, he successfully removed a person from the AfD who didn't mention in his paperwork or when he joined the AfD in his in the form he has to fill out, his application form, that he used to be a member of a nationalist German youth group or something like that, which is, of course, that group is very, very, how should I say that, harmless by comparison to these hardcore far-right extremists in North Rhine-Westphalia that infiltrated the CDU. But even though this youth group is so harmless, by comparison, of course, that guy was removed from the AfD. Yeah, so this is how strict the AfD is. But the CDU doesn't care, apparently, when the most violent, most hateful, blood and soil kind of far-right extremists are infiltrating them. So, am I joking around here? Is this just a satire video? Is this like a hoax or something? No. Everything I told you in this video is true. I just left out one detail, and that detail is that this group is not a German far-right group that infiltrated the CDU. They are called the Grey Wolves, and they are a Turkish group, and they call themselves the Idealists. Yeah? I could have said that also in the beginning. That wouldn't have given anything away. So this little detail explains it. So the CDU is apparently fine with this blood and soil kind of thinking, with this, I mean, there is no other word for it. It is far right, what these people are, of course. And as long as they're Turkish far right, the CDU doesn't seem to have a problem with that. So these people are still in the CDU. Their faces were on billboards during the election campaign. That is interesting to know, I thought. So I decided to make this quick video so that you guys now know what's going on in Western Germany. Talk to you guys again later. Servus, Kameraden.